Welcome to one more session. Today we are gonna start with the flow of the programs that we just studied in the last class as well. That there are three different flows of the program: sequential, selection, and iteration. Now today we will be doing in this video. We will only be doing with the sequential part. Sorry, not the selection. Now when it comes to sequential, so as I told you, sequential is following the steps one after the other. Now how are we gonna follow the steps? Let's see what it really do ask us. So it do ask us about the sequential part. That what is the sequential part? Okay, so as we are discussing with the sequential part, so now the question says draw a flowchart that prints the sum of the two user defined values. Now make sure they are talking about the user defined values. Now what are the user defined values? So make sure user defined values are the values that will be given by the user, that you will be asking from the user, whereas predefined values are those values that are constants usually. That means they are already given in the program, you do not need to ask them from the user. Now if the value is the user defined, that means you need to have a variable for that thing to store the value. You need to store the you need to have the variable, sorry, for the constants as well, but sorry, for the fixed values as well. But now what are the variables and what are the constants? So variable is anything whose value can be changed each time the program is going to execute. User can input a different value. But constants are the thing whose value can never be changed. Like for example, mass of the sun, speed of light. Now these are the constants. The value of these things will never be changed. Speed of light. Now the things or the values for these things won't be changed. Now as we know that there are two user defined values, so that means we need to have two different variables over here to store the first value from the user, and then the second variable to store the second value from the user. So over here I will be taking num1 and num2 as the two variables. Num1 and num2 as the two variables. You may take them as num underscore a, num underscore b as well, like in this format. That will be more likely more accurate. Num underscore a, num underscore b. So you can be taking these in this format as well. And then finally you do have sum initialized with the value 0. Now what do I mean by the sum initialized with the value? Okay, now do remember, sum was something they were asking about the sum. So sum is not a user defined value. Sum is something that you will be actually calculating. So the